Hello, and welcome to Select 10. Netflix, Prime Video, HBO Max, and others have all released highly addicting, fresh series that are changing what binge-worthy television looks like. This year's new releases demonstrate that original storytelling is continuing to thrive on all platforms, covering everything from heartwarming dramas and mind-bending mysteries to sinister thrillers and fantasy epics. Forget aimless scrolling. These are the very best new TV shows from 2025 that you should start watching right now. Number 10. NCIS, Tony and Ziva. It is a 2025 spin-off series on Paramount Plus that reunites beloved characters Tony DiNozzo and Ziva David as they attempt to create a life with their daughter, Tali, in Europe while being dragged back into trouble. As Tony raised Tali by himself after Ziva was assumed dead, things take a turn when Ziva comes back alive. The story develops as they are forced to flee when Tony's security business is targeted and must find out who is hunting them. The show's 10 episodes combine romance, action, familial turmoil, and intelligence while exploring whether Tony and Ziva can trust each other again during difficult times. The first 3 episodes aired on September 4th, 2025, and is aired weekly until October 23rd. Number 9. House of Guinness. It is a 2025 historical drama series created by Stephen Knight. The show takes place in the tumultuous 1860s in Dublin, immediately following the death of Sir Benjamin Lee Guinness. It follows his 4 grown children as they struggle with the conditions of his will, succession disputes, political upheaval, and the responsibility of maintaining the Guinness brewing business while juggling their own mysteries and goals. The series is aesthetically lavish and focuses on class conflict, dynastic drama, family tension, and the conflict between personal desire and professional obligations. Although it is elegant, rich in character interaction, and binge-worthy, its tone, details, and historical deviations are uneven. While it retains the splendor of Knight's earlier works, drama occasionally comes at the expense of accuracy. Number 8. The Runarounds. It is a 2025 coming-of-age drama that Jonas Pate created. The show features a crew of former high school students from Wilmington, North Carolina, who enjoy the summer following graduation and establish a music group with enormous hopes of success. What makes the show unique is that several of the cast members are actual musicians, and the music is related to the plot, blurring the borders between imagination. In its 8 episodes, it explores friendship, ambition, young romance, the conflict between following your passion and what society expects of you, and the amount of risk you are ready to take when your heart becomes focused on a dream. Although several narrative aspects rely on well-known teen cliches, and the series takes a few episodes to establish itself, its enthusiasm, music, and character dynamics are its strongest points. It will appeal to those who prefer appealing young stories and dramas with a strong musical element. Number 7. The Terminal List, Dark Wolf. It is a prequel to The Terminal List that follows Ben Edwards' journey from a renowned Navy SEAL to a CIA military agent who struggles with ethics. Throughout the narrative, the series follows his relationship with James Reese, the missions that force him to engage in clandestine operations and betrayals, and the personal toll of operating in secret. Across 7 episodes, the show focuses on global action, firefights, and strategic complexity, while also examining unity, devotion, and how far someone would go when their core values begin to shift. It is visually sharp, well-acted, and packed with standard military thriller cliches, with good action set pieces and a sincere lead performance. However, there are a few shortcomings with it. The plot might feel cliched at times, some themes are overdone, and the character development is more superficial. Overall, Dark Wolf is for you if you enjoy high-stakes action and don't mind the genre's trends. Number 6. Marvel Zombies. It is an animated miniseries from Marvel Studios Animation that premiered on September 24th, 2025. The show unfolds in an alternate universe where the Avengers and the rest of humanity have been wiped out by a zombie plague, transforming once heroic people into undead monsters. As the story progresses, a group of heroes who have survived must make their way through the wreckage, engage in brutal combat, and attempt to put an end to the zombie plague. The horror superhero mix feels new to the MCU, and the visual style is darker and more adult than most Marvel stuff so far. But there is less time for reflection. Complexity of characters and pacing can suffer as a result of the limited runtime. Also, for audiences expecting a more optimistic conclusion, the tone and finale are somewhat dark. Number 5. Peacemaker. Season 2 begins with John Cena reprising his role as Chris Smith in what appears to be a more sinister and emotionally charged chapter of his story. Following the world-saving turmoil of Project Butterfly, Chris is now attempting to show that he is more than just a silly anti-hero and travels through a multidimensional gateway into a different realm where he is regarded as a hero. However, it has a drawback, and Chris eventually has to deal with the pain, sadness, and guilt he has long suppressed. In addition to him, Harcourt and the other members of the team have to cope with the consequences of Season 1. This season stands out for taking daring opportunities, such as diving into multiverse surprises, mixing over-the-top hilarious craziness with deep suffering, and incorporating the narrative more seamlessly into the new DC universe. However, several subplots feel underutilized, and the strangeness goes too far into the ridiculous. Nevertheless, it is an entertaining new addition to the genre if you enjoy dark comedy, anti-heroes, and a plot that isn't afraid of endangering its protagonist. Number 4. The Girlfriend. Adapted from Michelle France's book, it is a psychological thriller with 6 episodes. The show centers on Laura, whose serene existence appears ideal until her son Daniel invites his girlfriend Cherry home, while Laura grows to believe Cherry is concealing something evil. The series is told from both Laura's and Cherry's perspectives, delving into issues of parental obsession, class rivalry, and duplicity. In addition to its complex structure and dual narrative method, the performances are fascinating. However, the show strives to be theatrical and sometimes deviates from plausibility, particularly in the moments preceding the conclusion. Yet, if you enjoy psychological, suspenseful tales of distrust and the peril that lies beneath facades, The Girlfriend is a gripping drama. Number 3. Alice in Borderland. Season 3 follows Arisu and Usagi after they got out of the Borderlands and established an idyllic life together until a mysterious Joker card draws them back into the dangerous games. The season is shorter than previous seasons, with only 6 episodes, but it raises the psychological intensity with new characters, fresh challenges, and a final game that induces terrible decisions. Though some of the show's renowned narrative power has decreased, the production qualities are still high. The set pieces, sights, and suspense in the game concepts are highlights. Though exciting, several of the games lack the originality and effect of previous seasons, with prominent characters' choices occasionally seeming out of character. Still, for fans of survival thrillers who are okay with a few shortcomings, Season 3 provides enough suspense and extravaganza to make it a thrilling yet flawed continuation of the Borderland adventure. Number 2. Outlander, Blood of My Blood. In this prequel to the Outlander series, 2 separate love stories, the relationship of Julia Morriston and Henry Beauchamp during World War I, and the romance between Ellen Mackenzie and Brian Fraser in the 18th century, are connected against expansive historical contexts of clan politics, conflict, and shady romance. The show introduces younger versions of well-known characters like Lord Lovat, Dougal, Colum, and others while balancing the strain of allegiance and heritage with opulent medieval detail, untamed Scottish wilderness, and intense romance. What works is superb casting, dramatic stakes, romantic suspense, magnificent production design, and time travel surprises that are meaningful instead of gimmicks. What may not appeal is inconsistent pacing at times, the presence of recognizable tropes, and those anticipating something as bold or original as Outlander. Number 1. Black Rabbit. It is a crime thriller series developed by Kate Sussman and Zach Baylin. The series stars Jude Law as Jake Friedkin, the intriguing manager of a trendy New York City diner, and Jason Bateman as his distant brother Vince. When Vince arrives with deadly debts and gang connections, Jake's meticulously built life unravels, while long-buried secrets, growing brutality, and family tragedy drive the brothers to face the limits of desire, commitment, and despair. The show combines gritty crime drama with deep family tension and an intense nightclub scene, resulting in stylish visuals, outstanding performances, and an anxious, raw atmosphere. On the downside, the tone is somewhat gloomy, the plot logic falters as events go, and character motivations occasionally seem disorganized and repetitious. Overall, Black Rabbit is an excellent choice for those who enjoy character-driven narratives and ethically complicated thrillers. However, its weight and shortcomings may try your patience. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. Do subscribe to our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.